Leili and Majnun, Part 6. In the name of God, the most compassionate, the most merciful. Days were passing one after another. Majnun was still in the mountains thinking about Leili. Everyone had almost forgotten about him. Few people came to visit him. He was so lonely, although wherever he walked, he was accompanied by the animals. One day, a hunter came to see him. He sounded a bit angry when he was talking to Majnun. When your father was alive, you always kept distance from him and never had any respect for him. Now that he's died, why don't you go to his grave and apologize to him for all you had done to him to make his soul happy, said the hunter. Majnun was shocked. He ran all the way to the graveyard at once. He sat at the gravestone and began crying like a baby. I wish you had never left me alone like this. I never knew what it was like to be an orphan. It's all my fault. I know that. I'm to be blamed for your death. How kindly you treated me all the time, and in return, how cold and selfish I was. Indeed, I'm paying for all my disobedience and foolishness. I need your forgiveness, Majnun said to his father. He spent the whole night in the graveyard crying and mourning for his father's death. Waking up at dawn the next morning, he walked toward Najd Mountain. He couldn't stop crying. He felt really miserable. His father meant a lot to him. Nevertheless, he couldn't help thinking about Leili, his beloved. Leili was his everything. He couldn't live without her. On his way to the mountain, he saw his name written beside Leili on a wall. He quickly erased Leili's name with his fingers. A passerby asked him why he had done that. Since we two are one name is sufficient. We are one soul in two bodies, said Majnun, and went on walking. As he got to the mountain, all the wild animals lined up to greet him. They knelt down before him and were ready to take his orders. The animals loved him for his kindness. When someone brought him some food, he ate just a piece and gave the rest to the animals. The animals became friends in his kingdom. The lions didn't bother any animals. They fed the baby deer. The leopards were not wild. The dogs and rabbits were friendly with each other. One day he was feeding the animals when he saw a man on a horse approaching him. Majnun ordered the animals to step away so that the man could get closer to him without any fear. The man introduced himself and told Majnun that he had a message from Leili for him. Majnun began reading the letter anxiously. She started the letter with the name of God, the one who separates light from darkness and feeds everything on the earth, from fish in the sea to birds in the sky. Then she praised him and reminded him that she was quite aware how much he had sacrificed his life for her. She told him that she had still remained loyal to him. I won't trade you for anything in the world, she wrote. She sympathized with his father's death and told him she had loved him just like her own father. In the end, she encouraged him to be strong and not to cry so much for his father.